have been discussing the Netflix documentary, The Bleeding Edge, as well as the medical device industry in general. With us to discuss, Dr. Martin Makary, the director of Johns Hopkins Appropriateness in Medicine Project. He's joining us via Skype. Joining us also is orthopedic spine surgeon, Dr. Hooman Melamed. With the fascination with technology and the new shiny toys, and Dr. Melamed, you use medical devices all the time in your practice. You're trying to stay on top of your field, but constantly being approached with new products?
So yes, literally every week I'm getting a call. Hey, we've got this study. We'd like you to be part of it. Oh, we'll pay you this much for it, and you can be part of the study. And it's amazing, some of these experiments, like the hospital, the doctor, everybody's getting a lot of money to do this. The first question I ask, does this even make sense to me? Would I use this on my own parents or on myself? And I cannot begin to tell you how many times I've seen, I told a guy, this doesn't even make sense biomechanically. I would kill the project, don't even bring it out, because I would never use it and I would not do it. And there's a good number of these who've come out and they've been completely disaster, have been taken off the market, and a lot of patients were harmed.
In some cases, the patients are the guinea pigs.
The patients are the guinea pigs.
And they may not know
yes.
that they're getting a brand new device. How do you know if you're a patient? And given this approval process, they were showing hip replacements designs that were completely different from one another, but they were just given a rubber stamp because it was considered to be equivalent to an old model. It sounds like you can use the equivalency argument with a product that's been taken off the market due to it being defective.
That's correct.
So how in the world, if this is the approval process as a patient, how do I know I'm coming in to get some piece of spine equipment placed in my back or a hip replacement? How do I know if I'm getting a proven product?
People bash the FDA, but I think that we're not giving enough, basically focus on some of the doctors. You got to vet out the doctor. You got to trust the doctor. Is he making money? I mean, there are people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or millions, depending if this device comes into the company. And I know there was one study that came in for artificial disc for the lower back that I know somebody who was involved in the study. He told me the data was forged, basically going to the FDA, and that thing has been a complete disaster. But people don't know that. But you assume the doctor has to be ethical. And afterwards, this is the key thing, as we just talked about, it comes out in the market, then what happens after? You need to, let's say if I do the device, 2 patients are not doing well, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Well, what about the other guy? What about the guy across the country? What about another guy in the state, in another city? The device companies know all this. They're the ones, you call them, hey, I need to revise this implant. They have the number and they need to be regulated once it comes out. I think the FDA needs to come out and tell the device company, hey, okay, after 1 year, how many of these had a problem?
And
And right now there's not very much post-market surveillance, correct?
It's not happening at all.
Because I know, to your point, even this device, the eSure birth control, the fallopian tube coil device, CNN released a number that $2.5 million in payouts to over 11,000 doctors associated with this device before it was recalled?
It's astronomical. I mean, I can tell you for the artificial disc I was talking about, we were talking about, it was an $80, $90 million payout. If this thing got approved, FDA approved it, there was another kicker of $80 million going in. And I don't think it's right for you to be making that much money, the doctors involved like that.
How do they justify that fee? They call it a consultant fee or something like that?
They call them consulting fee or sometimes if they're involved in royalty. I mean, if you're involved in a product, I was involved in something and, and I honestly, the project was not good. I said, you know what, I don't want any part of it. I'm out.